Welcome to Blacksburg and Virginia Tech, the home of the Hokies. And don't forget, my son, it's time for Enter Sandman. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the UTEP Miners, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis. David Pollack and Jesse Palmer will join me shortly. For now, let's enjoy Enter Sandman. And the Hokies will kick it away to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So UTEP's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football.
Racing down the left side. He's at the 30, the 10, and he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, UTEP. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
That is how you start a football game. My guy's really fast, really good. I'm going to feature him, give him the football, and he will do the rest. One play, one superstar, one touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Virginia Tech's offense will get the ball for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Dropping back, it's Washington. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play.
And most quarterbacks will tell you, if they start to drift and throw off their back foot, their balance isn't as good, and you're more inclined to miss like he did right there.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Hokies!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. A quick pass to the left. Great reaction by this defense, immediately on the catch, swarming to the ball. right, guys, let's step back here and talk UTEP. You start the season, top 25, clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season.
There he goes. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
The old toss, right? Toss it to him on the perimeter, get on the edge quickly. The receiver's better block on the outside. Go get me some positive yards, get a fast guy in space. Nice play call.
They'll give it to him again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
These fans touching the figurative Hokie stone, doing their part to help out on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down.
It's been a tale of two drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up one first down, but really nice job there on that third down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Converts on fourth down, still going. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Miners are on the move. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
Fourth down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
Guys, let's talk for just a minute about UTEP. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
And the Miners will line it up on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Touchdown, UTEP! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. Looking to throw, it's Washington. It's complete to the left. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water inside.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. pulled it, finds his man on the left. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Miners will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to throw, it's Washington. Forced out of the pocket. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He'll keep it on the sneak. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Alert, alert, right? Quarterback under center. You're thinking quarterback sneak on short yardage. Defensive lineman, great job. You got to get that penetration. You just can't let him go straight downhill. Make that thing bow. And I always love how you see guys diving over the top. Great effort by the defense. Great stop.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Makes the catch. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines.
14, Virginia Tech.
They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. The Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Potts. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. And the Hokies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Looking to throw, it's Washington. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play better.
Punt is on its way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Unloads it left. He's got an open man. There he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the 2nd quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
He'll do it himself. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads or read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender, and they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Miners.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Virginia Tech, 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Going to the backfield, it's Heckendorf. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Got a man, it's Potts. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The Hokies will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. They want to throw it. Lets it go. Found a seam. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The inside handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got it in the middle. It's Stroud. Oh, he's got some space. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And the Miners have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to get the edge on the right. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Firing toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised when he misses down.
Touchdown, UTEP! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Virginia Tech, 7.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Here's the pressure. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He takes it at the 45. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the...
Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different...
Touchdown, UTEP! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Handoff from the gun. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Hokies will hustle to the line. Looking for a man. It's Washington. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far. You've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. And the Hokies can really attack on this 2nd and short.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. The Hokies will send out the punt unit. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it. So, Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Barry. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Now on first down from the 43-yard line.
Timeout, UTEP.
Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The Miners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Blacksburg. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Lane Stadium.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Miners will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going. Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Got it in the middle. It's Potts. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. And the Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Washington. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Davis. Push down for the tackle.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Heckendorf. They would not let him get close. Stopped at the 26. It'll be fourth down. And the field goal unit is on the field. Splits the uprights right down the middle. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Kentucky needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Lexington behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 13 to Georgia Southern. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update. There he goes to the right. He's at the 40. At the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Miners.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
From the gun, the running back has it. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
And that's gonna fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's third down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Lincoln. Made a defender miss. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
It's complete to the right. There he goes. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
The Miners will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, UTEP.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop you.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Hokies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Rush is on him. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work, finding open areas. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Camarda. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter, and UTEP has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Throwing right. Wide open downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, UTEP! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal, going on the road, handling these conditions in game 1, they've done a phenomenal job.
And the extra point is good. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's the handoff. Fights off a defender. And knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking downfield, it's Boone. Makes the grab. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Hokies line up to punt it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Pulls it in. It's Isaac. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. A strike downfield. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Niners. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would oh, he's got some space. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. The Hokies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Boone. Finds his big tight end. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. He makes the grab. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Now they'll run the draw. Makes his man miss.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The screen, he can go. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
On the way, and you betcha, a 59-yard field goal.
And I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the fourth quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
Bounced out of bounds at the 38 after that return. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys are
wide open on the right. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Back to pass. It's Boone. Throws to the wideout. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down. And the Hokies will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Now on the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive.
And the UTEP offense will take over.
They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got him downfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation